And whatever you do, don't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Last we left off, you guys had entered Rival and discovered a very pleasant city on one side, quite well-to-do, and then much more rudimentary on the other. On the nice side that you arrived in, you saw elves and strange guards posted at different corners of the streets. You interacted with one of them, eventually convincing them after they shared some racist comments that you are actually a troupe of performers who are pretending to be the lesser species rather than actually being the lesser species. He then ran off, or they, or she, you're not sure, ran off to tell the town that entertainment has arrived. You went into the mayor's residence, interacted with the receptionist, waited for a bit, and interacted with a very fat, very, greedy mayor who was just chomping down on various foodstuffs.
The elf, right?
Sorry?
He was an elf, wasn't he?
Yes, but it was hard to tell with all of the fat bulges. You then befriended him, I think Monty did, via friendship or something, friend spell, and he suddenly became amenable to some sort of a trade. What was that again?
So he agreed to give us a permit to perform a musical number or some sort of theatrical number, some sort of performance.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And instead of charging you for the permit, you convinced him that it would be just in his best interest to let you perform regardless. Did you get any more information from him before departing?
I don't think we did.
Nope. Then you left and went into a shop that was run by a rather fancy elf. Let me see if I can remember.
Rather sexy elf.
Yes, Zenarai and the elf, whose name is Cecil. Cecil's to shop, although he just pronounced it Cecil's shop. And you proceeded to negotiate over a bunch of items for various sponsorship performances, as in when you do your performance, because you announced yourself as performers, he expects some sort of like an advertisement about his items or about the ice sword particularly during the performance to promote his shop. And in return, he gave you the ice sword. Is that what it was called?
It was called...
Like Frost Brand or something?
It was called the Frost Brand Greatsword.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you also negotiated over a couple of other items, had some armor that was purchased and then handed around from person to person to see who it would be most compatible with. And there's some sort of like sexual tension or rendezvous planned between Zenarai and Cecil, but it's unclear at this point. So you've got a performance booked for later on, presumably this evening. And then you left Cecil's to shop and went into a tavern that occupies the bridge that separates these two parts of this town. And inside the tavern, you spoke briefly to the innkeeper, bartender. Zenarai was given the name Pointy Boy by the bartender, which he took a liking to. They drank various drinks together. Tips were given, and then someone I think Joza interacted with a group of orcs sitting at a table, right?
Yeah.
And this was mixed. You saw that the tavern environment was, even though this town is segregated, the tavern environment seemed to have both elves and orcs in it. And the orcs revealed that there was a how did it come up? Something about the...
I was making idle small talk while I was planning on how to kill them all. And I just basically said, so what do you guys do for fun around here? And they said, we spend a lot of our time over at the seaman trade.
Oh, they said Seamon's trading post.
Oh, yeah, Seamon's trading post.
And then you all sprinted out of the tavern, ignoring, except for a notice board that had like a sword cleft in twain on it with like ominous inscriptions. And then you quickly rushed to Seamon's trading post, inside of which was essentially like a Gumtree or eBay type environment, except with pieces of paper posted on the wall. And then Zenarai interrogated the owner until he revealed that the quarry that you seek is below in the basement, which I think was also the tip that the orcs gave you, but you decided to like scream at the proprietor instead. And then you went down.
So hot tempers.
Yeah, and then
Rush of blood to the head.
You went down to the basement and discovered that there were these huge dogs, almost vulpine in their visage. Nice, yeah. Well done, Sam.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
there was some sort of fight that took place between the two dogs. You bet on one of them, and I think you guys won. Is that true? You chose the
Yeah.
right.
Sure.
I was going to say dog, and then you collected your winnings, and you saw one of the fighting pit attendants take the winning dog away, back towards the way you came, and that is where we left off. No, you spoke to another person. You spoke to another person and asked, "So where's the semen trade?" And how did he respond?
I don't remember his exact response, but I do remember a glimpse of something.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
as the,
yes,
I
he
think it was
handed
when
like as a result of the victory, he was handed a vial of some sort of white liquid.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
it.
And
It was
that-
when the bets were.
And that's when it
changing hands.
stopped, and it was such a brilliant cliffhanger.
Yeah.
But you didn't
In
actually
my
go
head-
and speak to him, or
No. In my
No, I
head,
don't think
it's
so.
it's like the dogs, like they had their fight, and then all of like the winnings were collected in, and then it was almost just like in the corner of the room we kind
Yeah.
of saw some money changing hands, but also this vial.
Yeah, that's what happened.
gotcha. That's great. It's better than I even imagined my own work to be.
It was so good. Because we were all just like, oh no, this is it. Another red herring. But no.
Nah, boys, we're in it.
The real tuna. Recently traded for a slightly different kind of fish. So
For great profit.
there you go. Perfect. Yeah, we're in a good
Cooking the gas.
Lots of gas. You've also got like a midnight to 4 a.m. radio DJ Velvet, which I'm enjoying.
Yeah, good stuff.
Low end rumble. It's nice.
All right.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know where that's coming from. I spent over an hour earlier today speaking in an orc voice.
It kills you,
And
doesn't it?
It
just
really
kills
fucking
you.
hurts.
It's
yeah,
really painful.
I got through like 4 glasses of water.
I've sometimes done a character voice switch, like mid interaction with the players. I'll say something like, "Yeah, you won't find him around here." I mean, he clears his throat. "Yeah, you won't find him around here."
Oh yeah, shit, this character might be in it for a long time. I'm not doing that every day.
Oh yeah.
Or if you just have
Really,
your
really
orcs as exclusively effeminate.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, I feel like that would burn out my voice just as quickly.
What would you like to do?
So I'm going to grab Monty and Joser and try and shove them out of the way as I run and scrabble over towards the corner.
I'm going to try and trip you up.
Okay, you can make that'll be a dexterity check for Josa and a dexterity saving throw for Zenrai.
Oh, I don't know how I did that twice. 19 is the first one.
Okay, so the Josa has the higher score, so you fall flat on your face, Zenrai, in your rush to get to this orc here on the western side, indicated with a yellow symbol.
Is this the guy with the vial of jizz?
Well, you assume maybe not, but it was handed to him by the guy next to him, the orc next to him.
Okay, I'm gonna leap over Zenowai's prostrate body and try and go and speak to this guy.
I grabbed Joseph's foot.
Okay, make a
Ow!
I'll say
He's like crouching down.
athletics check for Monty and a dexterity saving throw for Josa as you all like clamber over each other trying to get there. Okay, we
I
got
do.
it.
Yeah, I do like a little parkour flare move, like past
Yeah.
you as I run. So that's how you grab it, I guess.
I feel like you went quite high in my head.
Yeah.
So give me a
So what was mine?
dex
Dexterity
save.
again.
Yeah, save specifically.
It's looking good for you.
Oh, we've got a 10 athletics check from Monty and a 15 dexterity saving throw from Josa. You nimbly
Damn right.
leap over the somewhat large, slightly slower Monty grabbing for your ankle, and you successfully make it across the room unless Abe does something.
I'm just going to calmly walk towards this person.
Okay. Also, extra question. Did you leave Dave outside or did you bring her in?
I don't think I specified, so I'll say she just stays outside whenever I go in somewhere like that.
Cool.
She outside.
All right. You make it over to the orc. Do you invade his personal space?
Yeah, I get way up in his grill and just say, where is it?
Oh,
Where is it? Show me it. Show me.
Hey,
Hand it over.
Hey, listen. There's not another game for about 5 minutes. You can place your bets later. We're preparing the next game. Just chill.
I didn't think this through. Where did you the vial? You had a vial of stuff. What is that? I mean, we need to know. It's really important.
Okay. Oh gosh, make an insight check. And Abe, you arrive at this point, and Zenarai and Monty can get off the ground probably by this point and be making their way over.
Yeah.
Oh, 19 insight from Joza. You see a quick glance move across his face before he stifles it and tries to look all cool. There's no vials. It's a very straightforward dogfight. You literally bet on the one that you think will win.
Mm-hmm.
I come up and say, "Good sir, it's so good. Your establishment here is absolutely fantastic. But could you just do me a favor, friend? If you are in, if you have any small vials of whitey silverish liquid on you, would you be able to sort of hand them over to us so that we can inspect them?"
I wink really loudly.
Ooh, fast friends.
I cast fast friends.
Okay, so
Nice.
they need to make a wisdom saving throw.
With advantage because the wink.
Also, wait, tell me why the wink would help, and it might.
It's kind of like really kind of spasmodic and it distracts them quite a lot.
Okay. All right. In that case, give me a performance check to see whether or not it gives Monty advantage, because this is a very small gesture. In order for it to be distracting, it would have to be like a Jim Carrey level face contortion. Oh yeah, with a 17.
17.
With a 17.
With a
Okay.
-1 as well.
Yeah, that's impressive. So instead of because Fast Friends is a spell, so you can't really give the spell advantage, but you can give him disadvantage on his save. So as he takes a step back, clutching subconsciously his sort of pouch and satchel on his side, he looks furtively around as the spell begins to try to work its magic on him. 16. Oh, with a natural 1, he becomes,
See you later.
I'm going to say, charmed by you, undertakes to perform any services or activities you ask of it in a friendly manner. I wonder if that means that you have to ask in a friendly manner, or it does so in a friendly manner. It's not really clear.
Well, it's fine. With Monty, it will always be the latter.
So I'm just going to do both. To the best of its ability, you can set the creature new tasks when a previous task is completed. It's concentration for up to an hour. So I'm going to put a little concentration symbol on. So I'm going to get rid of the green one. And then I'm just going to put a little head there.
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay.
So close to finally getting our hands on that sweet cum.
Okay, so you basically asked him to give it to you. So he reaches it. Does it to perform any? It undertakes to perform. Okay, so he takes out the vial and he hands it to you and he says, make sure the boss gets that. I'm so glad that I've seen you here. Would you like a beer?
I
Yes.
absolutely
Yes,
love an
I
idea,
say.
friend. We would all have a beer, please.
3 beers, I think it is.
If you could just, yeah, exactly. We'll have 4 beers, and if you could just remind us, silly me, it's really gone out of my head, but what's the name of the boss again?
The boss's name is Wilson, of course.
Oh, Wilson. Where does he live? Sorry, I sometimes participate in these dog fights myself, being quite ursine, and I've taken quite a few wounds to the head.
You silly sausage.
Where's Wilson? Oh, he's downstairs where he always is. All right, I'm going to get the beers. And he heads over to the sort of makeshift bar in the corner.
Guys, there's a downstairs below the downstairs. What is this?
It's impossible.
I open the vial and sniff it. I shout.
Do you
Yeah,
take it
let's see the vial.
from Monty? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I grasp for it.
Guys, I really feel like we should hang on to this cum rather than insufflating it. We might be able to trade it and thereby become members of the semen trade.
No, I don't want to snort it. I just want to smell it and see what it's.
Oh, okay. I was a bit worried
See what
that it
it
might
is.
go up there. Okay.
Yeah,
sure.
the smell reminds you of your teenage years. It is reminiscent of time spent by oneself.
Uh-huh.
Guys, it's come! It's come! We found it!
Give me a sniff.
Oh my god.
I hand it eagerly to Jozo.
Oh, yeah, take a deep sniff.
Redolent of a misspent youth. The orc comes back with 4 beers and hands them over, saying, I didn't win this last one, but maybe the next one. Cheers. And then he realizes he forgot to get a beer for himself and goes back.
What a legend.
Silly sausage.
Silly sausage. All right, so I'll stopper up the vial and put it in a safe pouch.
Okay, this is the
for
point
now.
where I get you to add to your equipment in the notes section, because believe it or not, this is not a standard D&D 5e item.
What?
Vial of white liquid.
Okay.
Brackets come.
You presume.
Yeah, guys, we don't know yet.
Hey,
Cool.
if it looks like cum and it smells like cum, then we should probably taste it to see if it's actually cum.
I mean, we definitely need to taste it at some point.
Who's got the highest constitution?
Maybe we fast friend someone to be our taster for us.
At this point, you see 2 more dogs led out into the central fighting, well, not central, northwestern corner to prepare for another bout. You see the bookies around you, some elven, some orc turn around with the gesture of, place your bets.
I say, hey guys, let's wait till the dogfight starts, then sneak down to the downstairs.
I start to like growl a little bit and get a little bit distracted by the dogs.
Okay. You see the nearest orc come up to you and say, hey, listen, keep it out of the pit. They're the ones fighting, not you. Safe distance.
Can I participate?
I'm sorry, no. This is a very strict establishment. As you look around and see bloodstains, straw, spilled like beer on the ground. This is a nice place, all right? None of that. You need to go elsewhere for that.
So by strict, you mean racist?
Hey, we all socialize together. And he gestures behind him to where elves and orcs are standing nervously beside each other. This is one of the few places where that sort of thing is allowed, all right? If you want to take your, what are you, bear man violence onto other people, then you could do that somewhere else. There's only dog violence in here.
I realize that, yeah, what I have been purporting is the equal rights for me to savage another animal. Realize that maybe that's not so lovely and balanced and non-racist, and I shut up.
Do you think this or say this out loud?
I think this.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, all that this manifests as is me kind of like turning away from the dog pit and going like, and sort of checking my own furbolg privilege.
Gotcha.
So, I mean, I don't think any of us want to necessarily bet on this next fight, and in fact, that could be a good distraction. So fast friend Orky boy, I'm going to say, hey, where's Wilson at the moment? I haven't seen him for a while.
Oh, he'd be downstairs where he always is, keeping an eye on the tables.
Downstairs. And where's the stairs?
It's the same way you came in, you silly sausage.
Yeah, I like how that's caught on very quickly. I almost saw myself as an influencer. Okay, the stairs, yeah, they just keep going down, don't they? I remember that really well now.
Yeah, standard staircase style. You'll know it when you see it.
All the stairs in the same place. It's good building design. All right. Should we call a huddle?
Should we bring him with us, just if we need a little bit of vouching for?
All right.
Yeah, bring him with.
Okay,
Come
team
with us,
huddle.
buddy.
What's your name?
My name is Gremlock.
All right, Gremlock, you're a new member of the team. Gather round.
Excellent.
We do this a lot. Okay, heads down, everybody. What's the plan?
I think we go downstairs.
Downstairs.
And what do we do when we get there?
I think we brandish the vial of cum and
Ask
To see Wilson?
Yeah, we
And
asked to see
pump
Wilson.
for more vials of cum. I have my mage hand.
What do we do when we have the car?
Okay, so we this can't just stop at one vial of cum. We need to understand where it's come from. So I think
So we want
need
to be part of it, right? We don't want to stop it.
Yeah, we want in. We want fully in.
I think we need to understand
We're
where
not doing
he-
we're not doing some penny stocks bullshit here. This is in the
High roller,
top level.
big stakes.
Yeah. So we need to.
High risk, high reward.
I think we need to go in and we need to ask him where the re-up is.
Yeah. Okay. Or we could pretend we're already part of the semen trade and use this semen as proof.
Yeah, so this is our latest
Nice.
shipment, a small shipment, albeit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We say, we've got the latest shipment. We want to arrange a drop-off to test some of his latest batches. And then we get him to bring that to us. And then we murder him.
Do we
Take all this
want to know what it's being used for?
Sorry, your question is what?
I don't think we can handle that.
Sorry, Abe, what was your question?
Okay. If we want to know what it's being used for. Because I'm guessing it's not just being used for smelling fragrances.
It could also give us a steer on what to use it for. Rather than just having lots of cum.
I think stage 1 has to be amass the most cum,
Yeah.
and then we can think about next time.
The amount that we can fit in Joseph's bag, basically.
I feel like
Together with the beer.
if we pretend that we're part of the semen trade, I feel like we're not actually going to be able to find out where our home
You
is.
see
where our supply
Gremlock
comes
turns
from.
to you and says, "What the hell are you guys talking about?"
Hey, Gremlock, shut up. Just be cool. Be cool.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. Don't be weird.
Well, we can use the fast-friended orc to try and get into the semen trade, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I
that
think
way
you
we
can-
get explained things.
I just think-
see
I
how
think
we can use
Wilson's-
it to our benefit.
Yeah, okay, so we need to send Gremlock in. Gremlock, nice one. And ask him to get Wilson to repeat sort of some of the key facts about the trade in earshot. I feel like if we just walk in and start playing dumb, we're going to get worked out immediately.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. Why don't we get Gremlock to pretend that he got kind of mauled by a stray dog, so he's got a concussion, and we drag him in and we say, "Oh no, he needs to have his mission repeated to him, so he knows what he's doing."
Yeah, and then we're just
all he's saying is that we need to take him to you, and then we drop the semen place.
Devious.
We bonded over a few beers, watching the dog fights. Gremlock's one of our bros. And
He's
let us in on the
old
secret.
friends with Monty, so that's...
All right,
Yeah.
I like it. Gremlock,
I do feel a little woozy, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can play along with that. Do you need to say that to him, Monty, or do we just have to hit him over the head?
I mean, let's think. Is it just from me that the charm works?
What do you mean from
It
you?
undertakes to perform any services or activities you ask of it in a friendly manner. to the
Basically,
best of its
I'm
ability.
assuming that it goes through you rather than like quibbling about the mechanics. Like anything you tell him. So if the rest of the party says something, you can repeat it.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so Gremlock, you got mauled. You have a bit of a concussion.
pretty crazy.
We need you to go down, talk to Wilson, and ask him to repeat your instructions that you were given vis-a-vis the semen trade. And we'll just hang around and be cool and chill. Yeah. Sound good?
Two questions. No, 3 questions. And you
Okay,
see him
I'll
sort
go.
of like really count in his head. Why? You want me to pretend to have a concussion?
I
Right?
can give you one if you'd rather.
Second question.
Whoa, Abelardo, calm down.
Why
It's been a tough weekend.
Why do we want me to pretend to have a concussion? And third question, what does vis-a-vis mean?
Okay, so secondly,
Yes,
I say
no, do it.
I was wondering about the last one myself.
we need to understand from your boss to point to. We need to understand in your boss's own words what's behind this thing. And I hold the vial up. We want to know your instructions from the man himself. And vis-a-vis is a thing that people say to make themselves sound more intelligent than they are, but no one really knows what it means.
Oh, I see. Okay, so you want Wilson to... Do you work for him as well? Do you need more info on what we're doing?
Yep.
Yeah, he can just tell us because he's friended.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fill us in. Fill us in on the semen.
Now you mention it, that would be way easier.
Oh, you must be new recruits. Oh, okay. So, where to start? Okay, so the dogs. Okay, look at them. They are bigger than normal dogs, right?
Yep.
Yeah. The way we do that is through helping Mother Nature out with that. And he points to the vial and he says,
Dogroids!
Wilson's stuff is well, it's bigger, and he looks to be looking for a word better than bigger, but he can't think of. Wilson's stuff is just bigger, so it makes the dogs bigger, and then we know, or we pretty much know, who's probably gonna win the fight.
Kind of just like sniffing it all the way
How
through this. while we're
big
looking at
is
him.
Wilson?
Oh, he's pretty big, bigger than all of us.
Hang
Is
on.
he also an orc?
Hold
No,
on.
he's not an orc. What are you talking about? He's like
Are you
like a lion person?
are you saying this is Wilson's cum?
Yeah, definitely.
And you put this in the dogs?
Yeah.
How?
Sounds legit.
Well, you put on these like cow bladder gloves. It's pretty gross. And then
Yeah, that's the gross bit, definitely.
you get them to go to sleep with the stuff, the drugs, and he points over to the bartender as if the bartender is the anesthetist. And then it just goes in, and then babies happen.
Just goes in.
I'm not a doctor. I'm just here running the fighting pits. You guys you should know this. Why weren't you given orientation?
You have by
I
far
have
the
no
best job here.
idea. Yeah.
Must have been a clerical oversight.
Yeah.
I desperately want to meet Wilson now.
Guys, this is not what we thought it was.
Okay, guys, how are we going to stimulate Wilson?
I have an ability called Mage Hand, which it can only hold a small amount of weight. But if we can somehow subdue
That
Wilson,
sounds like a rapist.
yes, we'll subdue Wilson and tie him down, and then none of us have to actually extract the semen.
And here I
do it
thought you guys
magically.
would actually want to extract the semen old school. But this
Yeah.
is a very
Well,
hands-on group.
I've got a slightly more old school suggestion. If Wilson is a lion man and I am a bear person, if I wear something somewhat revealing and sashay my way downstairs,
This
perhaps
feels like
it
a
will
Looney
help him
Tunes
out.
episode already.
Yeah, and then just get him to like
And
come
does
in
it
my
not?
bag of holding.
Like when Bugs Bunny dresses up like a female Elmer Fudd.
Yeah. I feel like, like you always have some sort of material in those clinics, don't you? So maybe
Yeah.
I can be that material.
Yes.
We need stock and we need capital. If we want to get started in this business, we got to milk Wilson. The decision is made.
Can
Or
I ask?
we could get the orc to milk Wilson.
Abe has a question.
I was just going to ask Orgman
Hello.
if is Wilson bigger than Monty?
Oh yeah.
Figure how.
Kind of all the width wise, tall wise, the other one wise.
Depth.
Grimlock.
Depth. Yeah, that's it.
I've got a question for you as well.
Oh, hi.
Have you ever jerked off a lion man?
No. I mean, Wilson gives these to us. We don't. No, definitely not. I would be scared to do that. And he looks genuinely afraid.
Would he just give some to us, do you think?
No, I mean, that's not really how it works. I mean, the reason we have it is to ensure we know who is going to win the fight, to make sure our dog is better than their dog. You don't just get it. It goes to the breeders.
Who does jerk off Wilson?
I don't know. He just gives it to us.
So why are we returning Wilson's own semen to Wilson?
It's a good question.
I think we expected him to be somewhat more humanoid when we were making that bit of the plan.
Yeah.
No, but that's what Gremlock said. He said you need to take this to Wilson downstairs. So why does he need his own comeback?
He doesn't take it back. He gives it to the breeders because this dog responded best to this batch.
It's a batch by batch situation.
Okay, look. How about this plan then? We go down. We use this guy Gremlock to convince Wilson that we are getting into the great. We're breeders, exactly. We're getting into the game. We need a new supply. Yep. We're gonna pay.
And Monty is our Monty is our bitch.
Yep.
Monty's our fighting hound.
We need to inseminate her, Monty, with the power cum.
We're gonna pay
to create monster fighting dogs.
We're gonna pay top dollar.
And the difference is that these are going to be half dog, lion, man, and half bear. So they're going to fuck the competition out of the wazoo.
I really didn't think that I would. I thought my capacity to find this hilarious was reached, but it was not. It was not reached. There was more.
Okay. Who has the thing closest to a leash? I've got manacles.
That would make you look even more dangerous. And he would be more bought into the idea of you being this power brood mother.
Okay, as long as I can still concentrate on charming Gremlock while manacled up, is that?
Yeah, your concentration is
right?
like a mental arcane process.
Okay, sweet.
Right.
I slap the manacles on myself.
Okay, and Gremlock needs to just vouch for us. Say he's heard of us from the next town over, maybe.
Yeah, you're new recruit, so your orientation is a little late. You said you didn't get one, so we got to get you started sometime.
Yeah, sounds about right. We'll wing it.
All right, so I think Abe should hold the chain because
I like
Abe looks the fiercest and is the biggest and can kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
Fair enough. Give it.
I like it.
Give that chain to Monty.
And Joser and I can be the hired mercenaries that they got to guard against the fierceness of Monty's powerful ovaries. So.
Yeah, and
okay, cool.
Just remember, guys, this is our one chance to get into the semen trade.
Remember not to show your dick, Monty. I know you like flaunting it, but remember not to show it. You're meant to be a girl.
That's key.
Very good point.
Very important point.
Very important.
So we need a new name. What are we going to call Monty?
Montada. Which means reason in Spanish.
Pigeon.
Montada.
Like, when you write something, it's you montas.
Okay.
Montada. The female version of that.
Montada.
So,
okay.
The one that is being ridden, basically.
Nice.
The mounted one.
Monty for sure.
The mounted one, that's the
Montada.
one.
Okay, I like it. Okay,
right,
so
Monty is short for Montada.
Are we happy that Gremlock has all his instructions? Because I'm going to go into sub-verbal communication while I'm down there. I won't be able to give him any verbal commands because I'm going to have to be all like a bitch on heat.
He seems to be following along and already heading towards the staircase.
Sweet, he knows what's up. Okay.
The other thing that is constantly front of my mind during this particular leg of the campaign story is, in pursuing the plot point of the semen trade, what did you think it was going to be?
I think they all hoped it would be this. They all hoped it would be a giant lion's cub.
Okay.
What I really enjoy is, for me, it's like it is a MacGuffin, through and through. Sorry, in that I kind of never thought that far. The nature of the obsession was such that it was, all the more powerful while it's this conspiracy. But I very much enjoy what it is.
Funny. I think the funniest thing about a GM's job is taking things that are inherently fanciful and silly and then making a really serious structure around it.
Yeah. I think I've explained to you the one that from my other group, but I don't think I've told Fraz or Sheila. Actually, I'm not sure if I have. But basically, the group, someone shit in a well.
Oh,
the
yeah,
yes,
exactly.
exactly.
It's exactly
Yeah.
like that.
Someone shit in a well, and like, so I'm literally giving the townsfolk fecal poisoning, and they're gonna have to live with the repercussions of that, and they're gonna have to try and purify the water in the town because like everyone's just sick because Dorsey's character
Dysentery,
shit on this
left, right,
well.
and
Yeah,
centre.
exactly.
What's a Doherty?
But it was Dawdy who shat in the well.
Yeah, it was Dawdy.
Well, it's because he decapitated a bandit and then threw his headless body down the well, and then he like jumped up on the well and shat into it. And so like now as you said, Sam, carrying through, like being really, really pragmatic and truthful about like what would that actually do and like what are all the rules around it. And it's like, yeah, like everyone would be sick. Like you've poisoned the town's only water supply.
All right,
like
I'm going to circle back to that later, but as you guys descend the staircase, which is just kind of exactly beside the staircase you came down, but there was no reason for you to look in that direction. You were just sort of following the hum of the dogfighting in the distance. You go back down the stairs, and you see a sight and are greeted with a noise that surprises you. Firstly, as you're going down the staircase, you feel a lightening of yourself, as if you just walked through steam or something. And you feel a little, that the humidity is a bit different on the other side. And then you descend the stairs that start to curve outwards in a grandiose sort of manor house type way. And you hear the clinking of metal coins on each other. And suddenly you're greeted with an entirely unexpected and implausible sight. It is an enormous, you want to say casino? Gambling house? And it is way too big to be at the basement of Simon's trading post. Like this, the proportions are all wrong. You see out of this window behind the bar on a raised like dais, this window here that I'm pinging, you see impossible streets, like a little street outside. Let me give you an example of what that looks like. You see like a street, 2 basements down. And you see numerous one-armed bandits, is what the label proclaims them to be. You also see an enormous lion with the face of a human male sitting in the middle of a marble, what looks like concierge desk. Then you see the standard fare roulette table, something that could be 21 in the distance, some elderly orcs around a domino table, you assume, and it is the thrum of capitalism that greets you.
Does he also have wings?
Does he have wings? No, he does not.
Okay, cool.
This is fantastic. I'm listening to this in the background, by the way.
Oh, great show.
Yes.
Okay. He looks fucking badass.
Yeah. Not what I was expecting, I must say.
Okay.
So, right, this guy, lion dude, gives his cum,
I mean,
for dog fighting.
To be
we
fair,
need
the
to
guy
speak to
did
him,
say
or-
that he was looking for after the tables.
Yeah. What do we want to do? Do you want to play it cool or just go straight speak to the lion dog thing?
Iron dude, we've got Gremlock.
Yeah, let's saunter over.
Alright. We saunter over.
Okay, move your little icons over.
We can't see the suspicious guys that we saw before, right? That were in the other place before us, right?
You mean the other bookies and stuff?
No, remember that in the city with the fog and the idiot king, they said they had seen a group similar to us.
Oh, you can look around and make a perception check if you want to see that group. Or, sorry, if you want to check for the presence of the group. You won't necessarily see them.
Perception. Did that go through?
With the 13, you have a little look around. You have a pretty good vantage point. It's all pretty open plan. You don't see anyone that resembles that description. You see only orcs and elves, all kind of in little clutches, keeping away from each other in a way. And then the enormous, like, lion man character in the center of the room.
Thank you.
Okay. It's time.
Oh, maybe he does have wings. Sorry, you're right. I didn't interpret that correctly. He does indeed have wings.
If I was If I was a furry, I would have such a hard on right now.
Yeah, right? So hot.
Yeah, it's pretty sexy, Lime.
So you go over to the central marble desk, manned
Sexier than Simba.
or lioned
Look at
by
those cum gutters.
the man lion.
Yep. So we'll walk up, maybe kind of with Gremlock kind of with us in the middle of us, and just say,
I yank.
yank him over.
Monty's pain.
I make a kind of Chewbacca-like noise, like
Okay.
Say, hey, would you be Wilson, right?
Why, hello. Yes, I am. Oh, nice to see you, Gremlock. Who won? And you see Gremlock responds with, oh, it was the speckled one, my lord. Ah, I see. And do you have the sample? And he says, I had a concussion. I'm not sure where the sample is. What do you guys do?
Give him a little pat.
Do we want to be on his good side? We could provide
Yeah.
a sample to get his favor and get him to give us come for Monty.
I like it.
Oh. What
It is
release
handing
to come,
it.
though?
Yeah, what release to come. It's a very good point. It is our only come.
Let's hold that back for now.
Very
I'll
true.
keep that one in the locker. To say, yes. So we were watching the fight upstairs. Me and my team here. We're from out of town, but we're passing through looking for
John, come.
to take our fighting hound here to the next level. If you good fighting hound.
Bitch.
That's the fighting. That's the sound a fighting bitch makes, and I fucking love it.
A slap on the ass.
You see him look inscrutably down at you and say, I see. I don't know if you know this, but your fighting hound appears to be a furbolg.
Okay.
I say yes. That is the majesty of it. For this is not the fighting hound. This is the brood mother which produces the fighting hounds. Marvelous hybrids, the likes of which you have never seen, all await you in the bicornate uterus of this here furbolg.
Okay, you can make a persuasion check with advantage because of the elaborate chain around Monty and his, like, growling noises. And then I think Abe or Joseph wanted to say something while this pitch is happening, like a spruiker hawking wares on the side of a street. Okay, with a 10, he looks down at you. Again, his face is, like, made of stone. And he says, I see. So you intend to reproduce this furbolg creature to create fighting versions of them. Am I understanding correctly?
Are you
Yes,
are you
it's
not
a bit-
aware of the next step in the fighting dog arena scene? Everyone's doing it now.
I look him square in the eyes and go, as if to make a display of my sheer ferocity.
Okay,
Look how scary he is.
Joza, that's a deception check with advantage
she?
for Joza. And Abe said something?
No, that's okay. It got lost in translation.
Well, no,
Let's leave it there.
I still want to hear it because this is hilarious so far.
No, I was going to say, is it really a furbolg? Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, really like hit him from every angle.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a natural
I
20
got a nat 20.
on Joseph's deception check saying, have you not heard of the next trend in fighting dog evolution where you take furbolgs and artificially inseminate them in a similar fashion that you presume has been happening to the dogs? And you see him look at you quizzically and say, I had not heard of that trend.
Now you have.
Perhaps
Yeah,
we
that's
should-
funny. I would have thought you would have. A man of your knowledge.
A sphinx of my knowledge, yes, you would think so.
Sphinx.
Perhaps we can have a productive discussion, but I am still confused as to how Gremlock got a concussion and somehow doesn't have his sample.
Gremlock, what do you
I'm
think?
confused too.
Gremlock's gonna make a deception check, but he's gonna say something first. But he's gonna say, I was drinking at the bar, and he holds up his hands like he doesn't know what to do with them, like Ricky Bobby in the Ballad of Ricky Bobby, and he says, I had too many of those beers, and I fell on the bar top bit, and I
saw him doing that.
I must have dropped it. Okay, so he's gonna make a deception check with advantage because that was quite good. With a natural 20, his own
legend.
henchman.
Grimlock in the fucking house.
Presumably, you see the Sphinx do a. If he did a double take before, he does a triple take now, and just sort of looks. This character, make an insight check, all of you with disadvantage. Oh, okay. So 14 for Zenerai, 11 for Joza, 16 for Monty, 13 for Monty.
13.
Okay, so I will
Am I missing one?
say.
Mhm.
Oh, does Abe only have one? Give me another one, please,
I
Abe.
think so. Yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay,
Oh.
so Abe, you gather that this Sphinx is not used to being puzzled by things. You get the sense that he is usually, or they is usually very well informed about things, almost on an arcane level. And he says, well, Gremlock, this is not the standard I expect from you, drinking on duty to such a degree. That sample is more valuable than... And he trails off and says, okay. And he puts his paws together in like a big meaty way. This thing is huge. And he says... I am becoming unsettled. This could be an interesting opportunity. I think it has promise, but my missing sample is far more pressing. And he holds up his paw and like twists it as though it's single ladies or potentially the queen waving to her subjects. And you see the bartender approaches as if summoned. And you see them whisper a couple of things to each other, and then the bartender heads back upstairs the way you came.
Just before we carry on, the mix YouTube link I put adds an almost intolerable level of color to this scene. So I think it's really important that you all put it on.
Smooth Discord jazz.
Guys, I'm just thinking here, but if he knows things in an arcane way, shouldn't we try and be on his good side and go like, oh, is this what you're looking for, kind of thing, so that he will be willing to provide us with more before he gets angry and kills us all?
It's a risk.
It is a risk. We have finally got our hands on pure silky gold that we've been after.
Sphinx come as well.
Yeah.
That's you know.
You see,
Do you not trust yourselves to make him fall in love with you guys?
As you cast furtive looks at each other and have this conversation with eyebrow movements, I assume, or do you peel off and actually whisper?
No, it's just like eyebrow movement.
Okay, so the Sphinx turns to Gremlock, and he says, actually, he's so, oh my gosh.
He's deceived.
Yeah, he honestly, there's nothing, I mean, he's frustrated, but what does he want to do about it? I
mean, Gremlock did take 5 beers.
Okay, so in that case, he's gonna climb onto the top of this, and you see his like enormous frame climb onto the top of this thing and says, I must let off some steam. Come if you must. We can discuss your opportunities later. I must relieve my need for gambling. And he literally just goes off to a table.
This guy showed us cum puns.
Let's absolutely follow the Sphinx.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll kind of like say under my breath. It sounds like it's pretty interested in the Furbog fighting shit. I guess we need to find out if he wants to contribute some of his own kind of source material. Get it from him. Okay, let's go.
Okay, as you approach the corner of the room, you see the Sphinx has joined a table that appears to be playing some sort of card game. At a gesture with his wing, all of the people at the table, other than the dealer, leave, and there are now spaces for you to join.
Oh, let's play some fucking cards.
Okay.
Okay, so in the top right-hand corner, you see Grimlock stands dumbly behind y'all, and he says, "Okay, the game is slow gallows. Once I am more calm," and he seems exactly the same as he was before, other than his voice, "we can discuss business and see if you are worthy of joining my ranks, shall we say." And he points to the dealer with his snout and says, "Deal." And the way this game is going to work mechanically is that you're given cards. The way you determine what those cards are is by rolling 3d10s. You can do that just probably on Roll20, just as raw numbers, but make sure you write them down or memorize them or put them in a document or something, because they are your hand. And this game behaves very much like poker, except you have 3 dice cards and there's only 10 possibilities, but it still goes the same, like 3 of a kind, straight, then pair, and then high number.
I don't know how to play poker.
Well, I will.
Sorry.
So basically, you're just trying to. I'll explain as we go. So now
Okay.
you all need your cards. So you all need to roll 3d10s.
Okay.
This music really does.
It's great, isn't it?
Actually, best way to do this, just to keep it secret, even from me, like forget all those numbers. Just go to Google and type in roll 3d10s, and then you'll have your own private hand that you can refer to, and I won't be able to see it or anything.
Wow, did not know Google could do that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right.
So,
So
okay.
everyone have 3d10s. Don't tell me what they are. All right. You see he just sort of twists his head, and then 10 gold pieces appear in front of him, and he says, 10, bet. And then dealer will swap to, action will swap to Monty. What do you choose to do? You can call, fold, or raise. Just to prepare you again. You're going to be able to discard 1 to 3 of those and have new ones dealt. So if you have like a pair, for example, like 2 10s, then you can ask for one of them to be re-rolled during it's like 5-card draw almost. And the best hand you can have is 3 10s. Then the second best hand would be like 8, 9, 10, like a high straight. And then the next best hand would be 2 10s and then 1 random, and so on and so forth.
Okay, and a 10 is out on the table in the middle so far.
Oh, 10 gold is the bet. Yes.
Okay.
So it's not Texas Hold'em. It's
No,
just what you've got in
there
your hand.
are no communal cards.
Okay.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
Cool. Okay. So essentially,
Okay.
I could discard one if I wish. And get
Yes,
a new
but
one?
only after this round of betting is finished.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. 10.
Okay, you call, and he says, "Excellent."
So we need to track how much gold we're putting on the table as
Yes,
well.
please keep track of that. Next up is Joza.
I think long and hard, and then say, "I'm out," and chuck my cards in.
Shrewd.
Fold.
Very shrewd.
I'm gonna fold as well.
Sorry. It's Zenarai next. You guys are arranged. Imagine like
sorry.
anti-clockwise around the table. So Zenarai is
Yep.
next.
I'm going to call for
Okay.
10.
And Abe, you're going to fold?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, it goes back to him, and he says, "I'll have 2," to the dealer. And you guys can announce whatever, and then just remember the number you keep, if you keep any, and then just roll 2 or 1 or 3 new ones.
All right, so it's who's next then?
The next would be Monty. Okay, so you get 2, so you can roll 2 new d10s and keep whichever one you keep. Then next is Joza.
I'm out.
He's out.
Oh yeah, Joza's out. Sorry, Zenarai.
I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna get 1 new card.
Oh, someone's a big tiefling over there.
Okay.
Cool. And then he is going to bet 20. And again, he just sort of tilts his head and gold appears as if he's summoning it from some kind of pocket plane.
So that's to Monty.
I call at 20.
Oh, okay. And next up is excellent, Zenarai.
I'm gonna call as well.
Okay. He shows high 10. he was just being like a 10 and then a 1 and then a 2. He was just being like frivolous. What do you guys have?
So it's Monty next.
Yeah,
Yep.
10 and then 8. So high 10.
Ooh, high 10, yeah.
Eight kicker.
Zenarai?
So I've got a pair of 3s and a 5.
Ah, I see. So you get... shit. So that's 10, 10, 10 is 30... and then we'll minus your 10 from the end. So that was 20, 20, 20, 60, 90 minus... So you get 80 gold, I think.
Tight.
Sick.
If anyone's better at maths, you
Welcome
can
to
feel
the
free to correct me.
lounge. Pew, 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 pew.
I do not care for this game. And then he walks over to... he's going to walk over to the roulette table. And he seems very frustrated, like a typical like rage quit gambler that doesn't really know what they're doing.
Let's follow him. We can make some cash off this guy.
I'm gonna stand really close to him.
You see him tilt his head and he says, 50 on even. So now this is you against the house. You're not playing each other. It's like roulette. So you can bid on odd or even, like red or black, or you can bid on specific numbers. But the minimum bet on this table is 10 gold. So if you're going to pick a bunch of different numbers, you're going to have at least 10 on each of them.
10 on odd.
Okay, everyone write that down.
I'm gonna split 50 gold across what's the range of numbers?
It is 1 to 100.
All right, I'm gonna split 50 gold across 10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Okay, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then Abe and Josa?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
go
go.
with even.
Okay, even. And then Josa?
Is there a green?
Oh, you mean like 00?
Yeah.
There is a 0, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put what's the minimum bet? 10. Yeah.
Yes.
I'll put 10 on 0.
Okay, cool. Am I forgetting like a roulette rule? Does something happen when something goes on 0? Doesn't everyone lose? But this is
absolutely no
D&D
idea.
roulette. So if it comes up with 0, then you do get it. Cool. You see the wheel spin. In that case, I'm gonna have one of you roll the D100 because it's just funner that way. I'm gonna say, Abe, can you roll a D100 for me?
Blow on it.
Oh, a 55. So odds pay, and then anyone that was on 55 pays. You see him.
So I lose 50 gold.
I can't remember what I said for him. Did I say even or odd? I should really take my own advice and write this down.
Even.
Oh,
He said even.
He said even.
no.
Yeah.
I went what he didn't do. Yeah.
I am infuriated. And you see him roar, and he almost looks like he did it accidentally. And you all need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm trying to find where the DC is. Ooh. Okay, so Zenarai fails, Abe and Monty succeed, and Josa fails. So basically, you suddenly look upon the Sphinx, and it is the most terrifying thing you've ever seen. So that essentially means you are frightened. You can repeat the saving throw every 6 seconds or so, but you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while you can see him, and you can't willingly move closer to him. And he says, sorry about that. That should wear off in a little bit. And the rest of you, everyone that was affected has to like essentially run away. I didn't mean to do that.
I've
Right.
got
It's
I've got
okay,
advantage
okay.
against being frightened, so I think I have to roll again, right?
Oh, you had advantage then. Yeah, roll again. And then who else was affected? Josa and
Me.
Zenarai.
Also failed.
Alright.
Also failed.
Yeah.
I run away to the bar.
Okay. You drink heavily, and he says, "Okay, all right. You've proved that the Lord of Luck is certainly with you. All right. But if you're going to be smart enough to join my organization, I will need to test more than your luck. Should I wait
Yeah.
until your friends join, or do you want to take the test by yourselves?"
We'll
Just-
wait if that's okay. I mean, they should be fine in a few seconds, and if not, we can start without them.
I'm quite scared of you.
You say that from across the room.
Yeah, I'm standing behind Grimlock.
Nice. You see,
I send over Gahak Balachis, who's obviously not scared.
Okay, Galhac just sits on the marble countertop and he says, I suppose that was my fault. I will wait. And he closes his eyes and appears to be in a meditative trance. During this time, you sufficiently roll, like, statistically enough of saving throws that you eventually make it, and you can rejoin the concierge marble desk if you like.
Okay.
Because it's
I'm
like...
gonna
I
bring
love
Graham
that
up.
he's a concierge.
Yeah. And he opens his eyes and says, okay, answer me this. And he pauses and says, I consume those I touch. My domain is without corners. My embrace is warm, but don't misjudge. I leave scars within my borders. What am I?
Can you repeat it?
Yes. Just for clarity, he said, I consume those I touch.
Can we confer in chat?
Yeah.
You can confer, you can confer as players if you like. My domain
Next line.
is without corners. My embrace is warm, but don't misjudge. Last line, I leave
Yep.
scars within my borders. And then, as he finishes saying it, he says, now, you've impressed me so far, but a lot is riding on this, shall we say. Many meals are riding on this.
Hmm,
I'm not.
no.
Can we freely talk about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can peel off into a
yeah.
huddle and whisper to each other
Yeah.
if you want.
Yeah. Okay.
Corners thing is throwing me off.
So without corners makes me think of a circle.
Yeah.
And I automatically thought about white blood cells.
Wouldn't it
So
be
I
the
can-
sun?
It's probably not going to be white blood cells, but the
What
sun.
about the sun?
Yeah, the sun.
Ooh.
Because it's without corners.
Yeah.
Only
Embrace
stars
is
within
one,
my
but-
borders.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went sort of fire with some of the
I
language. as well, so
consume
that-
those I touch. I think sun.
What does I leave scars within my borders mean?
Oh. Borders. Hmm.
That was I was thinking that as well, because that sort of makes sense, doesn't it? Leave scars within my borders. I was thinking like war, but the corners thing doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
What was the corner thing again?
My domain is without corners.
My domain is without corners.
So it's something that's in a circle, right?
Mm.
Consume those I touch.
My domain is without corners. My embrace is warm, but don't judge. I less cause within my borders.
And the question was, what am I?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
I leave scars in my borders? No. Not like a virus or something, is it? My embrace is war, like a fever? No.
I don't know, except for the I leave scars within my borders, the sun does make sense.
Yeah. Well, how could that be applied to the sun if that is? And also, I don't know, does the sun consume those it touches? I guess it does. But...
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's the thing, it would burn you, and it, I don't know, scars could be like sunspots or just with reference to burns potentially.
Within my borders, that's very specific
Yeah,
language.
yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
That is a bit weird.
Let's drop the sun bit, because I think it doesn't help when you try and shoehorn an idea into the.
Yeah.
The hum of tinkling gold coins fills the room, and the occasional grunting of the Sphinx nearby.
And the sweet jazz flute from this playlist.
This playlist is fire.
Ah.
Is it greed?
Ooh.
I was thinking a bit more outside the box there as well.
Warm.
We're in a casino.
But how is it warm? How is the embrace of greed warm, though?
You know what I mean? Like there's the attraction, the addiction, the thing that keeps pulling people back in, and this is the Sphinx who clearly desperately is addicted to gambling. I mean that's about there, but
yeah, I mean it's riddles usually are something like that, aren't they? It's
Yeah.
not going to be like fucking.
Yeah.
What about
Obama,
addiction
But
on its own? I thought.
addiction, yeah, I'm kind of going in that area. I was thinking like even like love.
Mm,
You guys can all make an insight check with disadvantage. So the best check there is a 9. Okay, so all you can discern, Josa, is that when Wilson, the incredibly large Sphinx, which is like a lion man with wings, was describing this riddle, he glanced at Zenarai with an almost like... He just glanced at Zenarai during the description of the riddle. It could have just been a random, like, making eye contact with everyone, or it could have been more significant.
okay.
Consume those I touch. My domain is without corners. My embrace is warm but don't judge.
Misjudge.
Oh, sorry, but don't misjudge. I live scars within my borders.
Service? No.
My embrace is warm, but don't misjudge. I leave scars within my borders.
Well, what am I? I'm a red horned tiefling.
What about a gold coin? I
Yeah.
can see how it.
I was thinking that, like a coin, but like, is the embrace of a coin warm? Why would you misjudge that? I guess it's like don't. If it's a coin, I mean, it could be a coin. A coin could apply to it, and then it's a wider application would be, greed and. I can
Money.
see those I touch. Yeah, basically money.
Mm.
But it's pretty fucking ambiguous if that is the case. I leave scars within my borders. That's so specific.
Yeah.
Something like I harm people by corrupting them.
Or it could
possible.
also be those, like, scars the gold has when they cut it.
Scars is my
The lines?
Yes, the
the
bits on
side?
the side of coins. Yes.
Oh shit! Literally on the board.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what made me think
That's-
of a gold coin.
I consume as I touch. My domain is that corner. Well, that corner is coins around. That's
Yeah.
it. That's the answer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's coins or money.
Abe,
I'd say coin.
that was badass. We'll see.
Yeah.
It might be wrong.
but I like
It
this
might be
idea at
wrong.
least. I like the idea of it being right.
Yeah, it's the only thing I think that makes sense.
Right,
So
that's
it's a reach, but it makes sense.
It's appropriate for the context as well.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
also, Zenariah just won a shit ton of gold.
Yeah, exactly.
And then lost most of it.
Well, so
You did well anyway.
appropriate. A man who consumed by what he touched.
What is
Right,
your
so-
response?
Abe,
A gold coin?
There are multiple answers to this riddle. You have come up with one of them. And he seems almost disappointed. And he licks his chops almost regretfully. And he says, okay.
Nice.
I have had my eye on you. All of you. If you have gone into the Furbolg fighting trade, it is very recently. Destroying arcane shops and traipsing around for Orpheus is definitely your more recent activities. But you have earned my knowledge, my help. What is it that you want? I have access to a great deal.
I'm going to let you guys reply to this.
we just want your cum.
I go and present myself.
Okay, that's going to be a flirting check. There's no check for that. So just make a charisma check. And Zenarai asked for a vial, a sample. Oh, 15 charisma. You see, Wilson turns to you, Monty, and says, I provide the material. I do not perform subsequent acts. But you've earned at least a sample if you would like to use your favor on such.
Do we want to use our favor on this, guys? Or do we want a Sphinx to owe us a favor?
So we need to think about this because thematically, yes, we need more cum, but also this guy's a Sphinx.
I love just a quick pause here. Like a look behind the screen. I didn't realize it until this happened, but you are literally in a situation now where you were forced to choose between your in-joke of the value of cum within the game and actually getting it, or potentially getting unquantifiable knowledge and power in the game also. So you have to. This is the fork in the road for your journey. Your party and friends is faced with the ultimate decision. What do you choose?
Come.
No, wait.
He turns to the rest of you as if Zenarai has cast his vote.
But what about if we ask where the freaking knife is?
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks away from Abe as though Abe has cast his vote, and then he looks to Joser and Monty.
But Abe, if we have loads of cum, maybe we could use that to buy knowledge about the knife.
But
We don't know how much this cum is worth.
But I can move my eyebrows, showing that we have a vial of cum.
But then we'll have two.
Without saying anything.
I think one's worth a lot. How much is two?
Sphinx Man's already said this shit's like invaluable. It's worth more than the life of the orc man.
But his knowledge. And we already have one of those vials. He has arcane knowledge, guys. I don't think we're going to come across anyone else that will look upon us nicely, benevolently, and offer us something. And honestly, I am very dumb. I'm not going to get another one of these riddles right.
Abe is pitching.
Definitely not.
He is trying to pitch to the rest of you because it's tied at the moment between knife knowledge and cum vial. What does Joser and Monty say in response to this? You can each cast your vote.
I'm gonna go on.
I was gonna say I have gone slightly like, okay, this is bigger than I expected. So I'm erring towards something sensible. How much more is there to know about this cum?
We already know where it comes from, what it's used for.
We know where it comes from. We can get another vial out of him.
Yeah.
What does that do? Nothing
Just
much.
2 vials of cum
Doubles the
in a
amount of cum we have.
pouch.
This feels like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire situation where you're like, talk me through your thought process. Do you want to phone a friend?
I want to know about Orpheus and this fucking knife.
Wait, so
Sorry.
hang on.
Okay, that's 2 for knife and 1 for cum vial. Joser.
If I vote for cum, does Gremlock have the deciding vote?
You say that out loud, and the Sphinx says, yes, he does.
Gremlock is under the. I'm going to cast something on fucking Gremlock.
Gremlock, while you're under my influence, vote for Orpheus.
I'm going to cast. Hang on.
Gremlock, vote for Orpheus now.
We need to see how deep this rabbit hole goes.
You see, in this moment, Gremlock says, "I want to know about the knife." But you can do you can each roll initiative to see if Zenarai, because Fraser the person is potentially slower than Zenarai the character. So you both roll an initiative check, and just whoever has the faster initiative gets to do it first.
I like this.
Ooh, 15 initiative for Monty.
I haven't quite decided. Oh, yeah. Okay, fine. So I roll what speed?
No, initiative. So this is just that's what initiative is designed to do.
Yeah.
Wow, I never thought I'd be rolling initiative for a cum spellcast decision moment. Okay, so Monty is in fact quicker, and he gets to Gremlock with the Suggestion, no. Fast friend spell still in effect, and Grimlock says, "Knife knowledge, please." And the Wilson says, "So be it. What is it that you want to know? Where it is? What it is?"
Where to find it and what it looks like.
Is it a
I
one
guess,
part?
right?
Is it a 1-part question? Is it just a 1-part question?
Oh wait, that might be your question. Don't ask that.
Oh shit!
I am not some of those flimsy genies. You can specify what you want the question to cover.
We would like to know why the fuck Orpheus wants us to find this knife and where it is.
Do you all agree to that? Well, those of you that voted for that, and he looks at
Has
Gremlock.
it as well.
I'm gonna start backing away.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Okay.
it's fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit.
You can, both of you guys.
I'm gonna shove Gremlock as hard as I can.
Who has the cum vial at the moment?
Me.
Okay. You and I assume Zenarai is gonna also look at the cum vial surreptitiously. Or do you guys keep it a secret that you have it and check on it later?
Oh, definitely a secret. Yeah, a secret.
No. Yeah, we can keep it secret. I'm just heading towards the exit.
Okay,
In
cool.
a surreptitious manner.
Okay. So you wanted to know who has it, why Orpheus wants it, and what was the last thing?
Where it is.
Where is it?
Okay. He says, "You have it. Orpheus wants it because it will augment the effectiveness of his most powerful possession." And what was the last one?
The answer is you have it as well.
No, I said you have it, but it
Yeah.
was like, why does Orpheus
Where
want
is
it?
it?
And
Where?
where is it? No, it was also like what it is.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, chuck that in.
Yeah.
It augments the purpose or function of certain arcane items. It is a modifier, if you will.
Good to know.
He turns away and begins to close his eyes in a trance.
So do you want in on this Furbo cum ring, or what's the deal with that?
And I growl and bend over.
He doesn't open his eyes, but you can make an insight check with disadvantage.
Still on the table, bro.
I still think we can
everyone, yeah.
pursue. I still think we can pursue this without using his godly ability.
Okay.
23, nice.
Ah, fuck.
Oh, with disadvantage.
So there's a 19, wow, from Jose, even with disadvantage.
Damn it.
And 8 from Monty. And
I'm gonna close my tab accidentally. Bear with me.
17 from Abe. Okay, wow. There's a lot of
Yes,
insight.
Bear
going
is
on
with
here.
you.
2 seconds.
I've got D&D voice already.
It is real.
So yeah, 17
anyone-
insight for Abe, 8 for Monty, 19
Sheila, you
for
have
Jose.
frozen in such a good place of disgust.
I was just saying the struggle is real.
Are you?
Oh yeah, I know, but it's really good. For me, at least, your video is frozen for when you were in your most animated pleading for us to not do the semen trade. So it's really good.
you-
Oh no, it just finally fixed itself. I was gonna.
Are
take a
you
picture.
back, Fraser?
I'm just logging back in.
Oh, gotcha.
So I closed the back.
Actually, you guys rolled high enough that it's not going to matter. So, insight of 19, even with disadvantage from Joza, is the highest roll. So, Joza, you see even... you remember that when he conceded that you had won his riddle and that he owed you something in return, he described stuff that would be almost impossible for him to know. What you've been doing recently, and he expressed skepticism about the fact that you are traders in the cum and fighting furbolg industry. So he was successfully deceived by the parts of your story that were successful, like the fact that what's his name, Gremlock, had a concussion and dropped the vial. Like that, just he believed that. And he also believed, I think, one other thing about what you guys had been doing, like that you are in fact traders or something. But he is still skeptical about how you could have become that, because he somehow knows what you've been doing at various points in the past.
So that's
Remotely.
yes, or
He continues to be in a trance.
Should we
Okay.
mose it before he... And I just go eyebrow, realizes that we have his vial. If you want to keep the vial, I'd say let's...
Oh, also,
Yeah.
Zenarai, as you head towards the stairs, you notice the statue in the center of the space looks an awful lot like Orpheus, and this statue here. And there's a small like diorama behind it that appears to be a mountain range with a big black basalt slab in the middle of the mountain range, and it has an inscription on it that you can't read from there.
Could I go and check it out?
Okay, you go over and check it out. The inscription says "Forgotten," and it just depicts a mountain range with a black basalt huge slab in the middle of it, as if like somehow installed into the mountain range. And it's just a serious statue of Orpheus in front of it, and some tasteful ferns on either side.
Ferns can also look like quills. I
true.
muse out loud.
I back my ass up on the counter in front of the Sphinx.
Oh, okay. I chunk your chain and just go like, maybe we should get back up to the dog fights.
Yeah,
Thank
come
you,
on.
Mr. Sphinx.
Let's get the fuck out of here, Grimlock. Don't get any more out of this guy.
You see Gremlock follows.
Alright, we head
Hi,
upstairs.
Mr. Sphinx. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really pissed off we didn't find out more about the semen trade, but
Look at how can we find out more?
I'm kind of kicking my heels a bit as I
What
walk
more
upstairs.
do you want to know, though? What
I
is it that you don't know?
Everything. I want to know
What is it that you
everything.
don't know?
I don't know.
Well-
I don't know.
So can we try and turn Gremlock into some kind of like double agent for us, so he can like funnel us vials of semen as they become available?
So
I am, I believe, one level off having something that I could do that with.
Oh,
firstly,
shit.
do you guys go upstairs or do you hang out in the casino floor? On a seemingly different plane of existence.
This place is pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's in the street outside?
I'm actually going to ask Gremlock, is this a different plane of existence?
You see he turns to you and says, I'm not sure, but it is spacious, isn't it? You can go outside.
Yes,
you see
it
the
is,
nearest
Grandma.
doors are roughly here, opposite the concierge desk.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let's
So
take
I'm
a look
trying-
Let's try that
inside
out. Yeah.
Cool. What greets you as you walk out is an astonishing sight. You're on a floating platform that looks just like a regular paved street, but below it, thousands of feet below, appear to be a thriving metropolis of some kind, constructed mostly of white material.
Mm.
Oh, oh, is there a smell?
It just smells like the outdoors, like high in the sky air. You notice the passages to the
That doesn't tell me
east
much.
and to the north just end abruptly, as if the person who was making them just forgot to keep making them. But the passage to the south curves around the building.
Okay.
Ooh, cool.
Go have a look at that.
What's this?
What are you pointing at?
I don't know if I'm pinging. That
Hold on.
box thingy, is it a bench?
Sorry, you're gonna have to try again.
Yeah.
Here, I think.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's a bench.
Cool.
A very tasteful bench. Oh, Zenrai's in.
Am I?
Yep. Well, according to the
Oh,
thing.
okay. Let's skirt around the building.
Okay, you continue around the building. I've kind of cut off a bit of the map, but the passage continues pretty much straight. And then it joins a T-junction and appears to join the street that you saw out of the back window of the bar section of the casino. And you see a weird peddler with a wooden table and a series of tapestries.
Ooh. Let's see.
This is why you always explore every corner of every dungeon.
Tapestries, get your tapestries, or maybe win a tapestry.
Are they made of cum?
No, they're made
Hey,
of
compastries.
they're made of wool.
Oh,
Has it got any florpastries?
What's so special about them? Are they special or are they just
Well,
tapestries?
these tapestries may grant you certain mobility advantages, shall we say?
Ooh.
Are they a flying Aladdin?
Aha! You have deciphered my riddle.
That riddle was
I am the riddle
substantially
thing
easier.
today.
Maybe you should go inside in the casino. Maybe you could take the big boss man's job. That riddle was so much better than his.
Ah, too rich for my blood in there.
I'm sure you won't be saying that after you've gouged us.
So, do they just fly, or do they do anything else?
They do fly indeed. 8,000 gold apiece, or you can play my game.
What is this game?
Well, he takes out 3 cards, and you instantly get the sense that you're in a sort of like find the tapestry is what the little sign says, and he holds up the cards, and one of them has a tapestry on it, and the other 2 just have like a rock, and then he holds the cards down and shuffles them around really quickly, and he says, 20 gold pieces to play, 20 gold pieces per guess. What would you like to put down? Find the tapestry, win the tapestry. It's that simple.
Friend, can you show me where the tapestry card is?
Is that you just
That is
announcing
me
them?
casting. That is me casting past friends on
Cool.
the vendor.
Okay. Let us see what happened. Can you give me the text of that again, please? Okay.
I
they need to
never
make a
thought
wisdom
you would get that much use of fast friends.
No, this is the shit.
I'm sorry I doubted your choice.
If this doesn't work, I'm going to cast command on him.
He resists and looks at you and says,
Ooh.
"Oh no, none of that will work in my game." And he looks at you knowingly. And you wanted to try command, did you say, is that right?
Yeah, it seems he has some kind of advantage, but let's try it. 16.
You also see, Monty, that he looks visibly healthier and a bit like more robust after your friend's spell didn't work, and you're a little puzzled about that.
Oh, shit, guys, this person needs magic.
Yeah, it's a
You
magic
see he
user.
looks slightly taller, Zenarai, as he looks to you and says, "Come now, you're in a floating city in a basement beneath a basement. What makes you think your parlor tricks will work here?"
I'm just going to give the game a try. So I'm going to take
Experience.
20 golds.
Okay.
It's a
He
shakedown.
doesn't even roll for my spell.
Oh, he does. I just did it secretly.
Fine.
And I'm going to go with the one on the left. My left.
Okay. You need to make a perception check. As he moves the cards around quickly as you put the 20 gold on the table, he's very quick to respond. Okay. With a 10, you point to the one on the left, and he holds it up, and it has a stone underneath it, and he takes your 20 gold pieces. "I'm sorry, Dragonborn. Quite rare. I thought better of you, frankly. Perhaps next time."
Nah.
Who's got high perception? I don't.
I have just plus
Yeah.
2.
Plus
So do you
3.
want to try it?
Step right up, and he says it way too loud for people that are standing right across from him. Step right up! Pick the tapestry, win the tapestry!
I've got very good perception, but I'm still like making small talk with Grimlock, or whatever his name is.
Oh, okay. Well, what would you like to say to Grimlock? I didn't realize.
So, how you doing? What's your plan?
What's the star sign?
I miss Monty. It seems good when we're hanging out. Where did he go?
Not sure really. I think this is when I'm going to slowly realize that he is an orc. I was very much swept up in the seaman trade before, and starting to look at him kind of side-eyed a bit. What do you do for fun around here, Gremlog?
Well, running the games upstairs and trying to find the strongest competitors amongst the dogs. Managing the batches. I mean, this is batch 71C. That's so many to keep track of. I mean, luckily, the breeder is also the bookkeeper, and he just seems to be, like, unloading logistics of managing this business on you.
So you and your friends, you stay in Revel, do you?
Oh, yes, we've been here, my family, for multiple generations. We also my cousins used to run a power station before the elves took it over, and obviously we don't hang out with them anymore, so now I'm in the breeding trade.
Okay. You're cool. I really want to kill you, but you're cool.
Oh,
Don't worry.
well, that's great and scary and surprising. Nice to talk to you as well.
Yeah, no problem. Nice to talk to you too.
Let's cut back to the tapestry. He says, "Step right up."
I'm going to cast Detect Magic just in the immediate vicinity.
Okay. All right. You get countless magical auras. Each one of the tapestries, except one, the sort of pink one at the very forefront of the stall, emit I think it's transmutation aura, and the peddler emits multiple auras like all over his body of various different kinds. One of them is divination. The other one is I can't remember what it's called, but just like pings everywhere. You also see, what else would be arcane in this area? That's it.
I see what's further down, or does...
I gotta quickly say, out of interest, good sir, which of these florpastries do we win?
Well, whichever one you like. Let's cut over to Abe for a sec. You come to that end of the passageway, sort of northwest, and it ends in a door. But as you look closer, the door is seemingly like painted on to the little building's wall. It doesn't seem to have any actual 3D handle or anything. You glance at you furtively glance at the vial in your hand, and make an Arcana check.
Me, yeah?
Yeah, because you're the one that has it, right?
Yeah. 12?
Yeah, with the 12, you notice this has a strong arcane presence, and you intuit from having it on your person. You understand its nature. It's like you've spent a short rest with it, and it can replace any magical component required for a spell. So certain spells consume like a diamond worth 800 gold, or a so-and-so worth so-and-so. Like, for example, when Zenarai does his ritual to recast Gehaktbalachus, this can just substitute for anything.
Come
Wait,
diamond.
You also all level up, and that is where we will end the session.
Hey!
Sick. Oh shit, is that level 10?
That is level 10.
11.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Sam.
You're welcome.
Thank you,
We
good sir.
got so deep in the trade.
Oh,
That
that's
is
great.
Extremely diverse session.
I could not have imagined where that session was going to take place.
So much lore. So
No.
much lore.
The Sphinx's casino.
You know.
I like how
Amazing.
close Sphinx is to Sphincter as well.
Oh yeah.
Amazing.
A white sphinx.
Nice. Well done, everyone. Let me know
My
if you have-
sphincter is not white, it is red raw. So-
Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. If you have any suggestions or any ideas that we should incorporate, things you want to hear more of, things you would like to hear less of, just let us know at thewronghandspodcast@gmail.com. So THEWRONGHANDSPODCAST@gmail.com.